A liberal. Hey, hi, Kevin Blanch. I started this whole YouTube gig right here 15 months ago. And the reason I went this road was I was so tired of watching so-called journalists and contemporaneous media just plain lie and not report on any facts. I was so disgusted with it over and over, the same freaking bullshit over and over and over. Pure lies. Pure not asking any questions with any relevance, pure propaganda, pure fear-mongering. I was sick of it. I was so sick of it. I started this out as my PhD, socioeconomic study. I wanted to prove how contemporized moron America had come and the world, and why. Was it the media's fault? Was it the food chain's fault? Was it just the education system? And I went through this process. I used my camera. The first study I did was What Your Opinion a Year Ago of Congress. 2,000 interviews. All 2,000. We hate them, we hate them, we hate them. Nyah, 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 nyah. Who's your congressman? I don't know. 96 people knew who their congressman was. So as I started this thing, I tried to get a breath of what was going on with America and why the ignorance reigned. And really, are we that stupid? As my study evolved, I learned a lot of people out there aren't stupid. There's a lot of brilliant people, but we are drowned out by the morons. And as one of you brilliant people commented to me, says, Kevin, you don't think you're a journalist, but you've turned into a journalist. And I guess maybe I have. I morphed into it when the BP thing started. That's where I started this gig. And I had an argument with a guy about I can use the word fuck on the internet. Oh no, you can't. I'm like, bullshit. They've already ruled on it. You can say it all you want. So that's kind of how this thing happened. And then when BP spilled into the ocean and it was being downplayed, I'm like, is America this stupid? Come on, where's the deductive reasoning? Where's the thinking? My mind went back to a conversation I had when we were going to lead up and go into Iraq. And when Wilson, who was the East African liaison to Iraq, was saying, and that was the link. Remember, that was the link? They said that's where he's getting these weapons of mass destruction. He's the guy in the know. The guy in the know. The only guy that was in the know. And he come back and he says, no, they're lying. They're lying. And I'm like, okay, there's all these journalists around, and here's the question that should be asked. And I'm like, ask the fucking question. You know, they wouldn't ask Colin Powell, they wouldn't ask Rumsfeld, they wouldn't ask fucking Cheney, these mass murdering creeps. They wouldn't ask them. The question was, how can you say this when the guy in the know says you're lying? They wouldn't even give him any time. Rumsfeld drowns him out, and then we started this fear-monger machine. Then we go into Iraq, and I'm like, Iraq? So I got my students, I took a map out of the Middle East, and I'm like, okay, and I started going around to professors, and I didn't realize how geographically illiterate this country was. I laid the map out. I says, okay, without countries on it. Show me Iraq. Show me Afghanistan. Show me France, for that matter. It blew my mind. No one knew. Yet we were invading a people, and I'm like, oh my God, are we really this fucking stupid? So as this has morphed along, I've turned into this gig of mine. I call it post-ignorance. That was my PhD study. Like I told you guys before, I don't talk about subject matter unless I'm extremely knowledgeable about geopolitics, nuclear radiation. I fell into that because of what happened in Fukushima. I've lived that my entire life, and you guys know that freaking story with me. Finance. I'm a finance guy. I'm just propaganda, but it blows my mind how there is no honest journalism out there. There is no journalist with any knowledge, and I'm like, is all of America just plain fucking stupid, or is it just the fucking media and journalists? And I realize it's not all of America. It's like I say to the Europeans all the time, we're not all fat, lazy, ignorant, and fucking stupid, just most of us. And as in my PhD study, I wrote, we hate everything in America, Europe, when Europe, you are us. Look what's going on. You are us. We are intertwined. You guys are no different than us over there, and don't think you aren't. Don't think you are. You're playing in the same game with the leveraged up bullshit that goes on. Look, the journalists of our time are not journalists. They are entertainers. They are fucking pathetic. They are fucking pathetic. They will not ask hard fucking questions. Like I said, they wouldn't fucking ask any of these fuckers as they lead us into this mass murder. When it comes to finance, CNBC has turned into this propaganda machine for CEOs. And look, CEOs making hundreds of $millions a year are not healthy for this economy. And I'm going to put up another video as soon as I shut this off on finance, on the economy, so you can watch this. But this is what my gig is. It's post-ignorance. I'm going to keep going with this. I'm going to keep going in the context I guess I'm going to be a journalist, a freelance journalist. That's it. Just the same reason I became an independent Wall Street trader, the same reason I had to get a PhD, the same reason I had to do my plastering business. Nobody will give me a job. I'm too controversial. And I've always been that way. It's like everybody says, hey, how come you went into the business for yourself? And I says, because no one would give me a fucking job. Kevin Blanch, stay with me. I'm going to talk about your money. I'm going to talk about sex. I'm going to talk about popular culture. I'm going to talk about geopolitics. And I'm going to ask hard questions. And I'm going to be in the freaking serious issues in the relevance and the reality. If you watch my videos, it's about credibility. I said Strauss-Kahn, this thing was a lie right from fucking day one. I said I've called these markets fucking pretty accurate fucking day one. You know, perfect, but hell, no one's perfect on that. I called the geopolitical system as it was. I called the freaking nuclear fucking blow up fucking massive thing from fucking day one. I called the BP. I really care about the environment because none of us can hide from there. We can't go abstract from that. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I am a progressive, not these Democrats that exist today. They make me sick. And the neoconservative, fascist, radical freaking right make me sick. I will take them on any day. I'm behind enemy lines. Trust me, I take these fools on every fucking day with fucking knowledge. As my dead Marine father, God bless him, said to me when I was a boy, boy, you fight with your brain. And that's something the media has forgot. I'm going to fight with my brain, and I'm not going to give up. Kevin Blanch.